Hello, my friends. I wanted to join you again to answer some of your homeschooling questions. And a lot of questions I've been getting lately have been all about rabbit trails because we have so many new releases over the summer. This month, we're doing all of our science releases. We just released prehistory today, which is amazing. And we have weather coming up next week. And then in July, we're releasing all of our language arts. We've got a new kindergarten language arts. We have Rabbit Trails Through Literature Volume 4. We have a new novel study coming out. And then in August, we have our history releases, which this year we're going to be releasing medieval history. And we also have a special surprise coming in August as well that I'm really excited about. But everyone's asking lots and lots of questions about rabbit trails. We are a fairly new curriculum in the homeschool world. We've only been around for just over 3 years now. So lots of people are just learning about us. So I wanted to answer some of your basic questions. And if any of you pop on and you have any questions for me, just leave them down in the comments and I will make sure to answer them either while I'm doing a video or I will just answer them down in the comments for you guys too. So Rabbit Trails Homeschool. So our very first curriculum we ever released was Rabbit Trails Through Literature. And I wanted this because I could not find a language arts that really fit for our homeschool. I found something that worked okay, or I would find little aspects here and there, but I couldn't find a whole curriculum that worked really well for us. So I loved just using real books with my kids. And so that's what we started doing is we found amazing, beautiful books and started using them in our language arts. So that was the start of it all. And then we expanded into science, and then we expanded into history. We also have spelling and geography and national parks. We have writing, which is our monthly membership, which is also, it's been a life changer in our homeschool. But they all work basically the same. There's a few things that are different. So the first question I always get is what grades or what ages is Rabbit Trails for? So most everything we have is for all elementary ages. So it doesn't go by grade level. The only thing we have that goes by grade level is our spelling. So if you see level 1 for spelling, we're talking grade 1. If you see level 4 for spelling, you're talking grade 4. And just like anything else, like if your kiddo needs some help on some younger words or if they are advanced and they're ready to move on to the next level, don't get hung up on grade levels for that because it is just very kind of standard spelling words, but with a fun hands-on twist. And that's what makes our spelling a little bit different than the other spellings that are out there. But everything else is all elementary ages. So we are going to be coming out with some new novel studies starting this summer that are for upper elementary and middle school, but they will be labeled on the website if they are for those ages. So when you are looking and you're like, yes, we want to try out a novel study, it'll say on that page what grades you're looking at. And same thing with that. If you are teaching a second grader and a fifth grader together and you're like, I really want to do this novel study, but it says it's for upper elementary and middle school, you can totally still do that with your second grader and combine it because obviously you're going to be tailoring it for that fifth grader then, but there's still so many sweet concepts you can pull out for that second grader that it would still be completely doable. So that's kind of the beauty of Rabbit Trails. Since it is literature based, since we do give you so many different ideas, you can still make it your own. You can absolutely be flexible with it. You can totally expand upon it, which so many people do, and I love hearing those ideas when people come back and said, we totally loved this concept, so we went crazy with it, and we started looking at this, and going on their own rabbit trails. So that is what I love to see, because that means that we are inspiring you guys and inspiring your kids to think outside of the box. So another thing with rabbit trails is it is all meant to be done in notebooking style. So lots of people get thrown off when they see notebooking because there are some more structured notebooking curriculums out there where things have to be done a certain way. So we decided to make companion journals to go along with all our curriculum. So I do have just one companion journal all the way printed. I've got more coming in the mail because these are brand new for us. So our Bible companion journal is the first one that we've ever released. We just released all of our sciences, and all of the new sciences coming out, we'll have them as well. And then in July, with our language arts releases, we'll be releasing the language arts journals. And then in August, we'll be releasing all of our history journals as well. So this is just an easy, done for you journal. So you don't have to worry about, well, what does notebooking mean? And what should I be including in this notebook and all of that? We did all of the work for you so that there's a place for everything. So there's a place for, let me open up to the front page here. So there's a place for your lesson. So in the science, this would be where your observation and journaling are going. My kids are just going to be coming in and out, so you're probably going to have someone bouncing around. There's a place for your copy work. Do you want to see yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah, come here. Come see yourself. Here you are. There is a place for, in our history, in our science and in our Bible, there's timeline cards, and there's places in science for vocabulary cards. There are pages for when you're watching your YouTube videos, so you can write down any cool facts that you see there. There are pages for all of your books that you read from your Rabbit Trails and library list. And then there's pages for any...
Oh, Mama.
What?
My teacher.
You see it?
Teacher.
Is it up there?
Mama.
Oh, yep, there's Mama. And then there's pages for your more ideas. And so if there's anything that needs written for your more ideas, they're all in the journal for you. So it just makes it super duper simple. And we kept the prices crazy low because I wanted them just to be, they don't take long for us to put together. And we know everything that goes along with it very easily since we're writing all of this. So we wanted to keep the price super low for you guys. So that's a really easy way to compile everything you're doing in Rabbit Trails without having to worry about, well, what kind of notebook should I use and how should I set it up? We started getting so many questions about that. And so we were like, hey, let's make it easy on everyone. What else do we tell them about Rabbit Trails? So our Bible and our sciences do have what we would call a spine book to go along with them. So pick the camera over. Yeah. So it will be a really cool reference book to go along with the lesson. Where our history, hey, if you...
Mommy bed.
Yeah, that's Mommy's bed. You can go on my bed. Go ahead.
Okay.
Just don't knock over the camera. So if you do our history or our language arts, then you're going to be using picture books to go along with those. And inside the Bible and inside of science too, there's lots of picture book suggestions as well. So you're going to be doing lots and lots of books, lots and lots of reading, and just doing lots of hands-on activities as well. So it's... a lot of our stuff is year-long curriculum, but some of it is only semester-long curriculum as well. And it is all listed on the website. So if you want to look at a specific lesson, then you can go in and look at that unit, and it'll tell you about how many weeks it'll take you to do, because each lesson's designed to take about 2 weeks. But sometimes you might go through it faster, especially if it's something your kids aren't super interested in. And then other ones you might go through a little bit slower because it's something your kids are super excited about. So the 2-week time frame is very much so just a suggestion to easily lay out your weeks if you're wanting to say, how many weeks is this curriculum going to take me? But all of our language arts is 16 weeks. Some of our science units are shorter. Some of our history units are shorter. So it really just depends on what you're doing. But all of that is on the website for you. Rabbit Trails is faith-based. So inside of every single lesson, there will be a Bible verse. And you can use this as copywork. You can use this as memorization. And there's also a really small lesson to go along with that to tie it into the actual history lesson or language arts lesson or whatever it is. And that was really important to me when we started Rabbit Trails, because I wanted everything to be centered around the Lord. And so we have put that in all of our curriculum, no matter what subject it is. You're going to be finding those Bible verses. The only thing that's a little bit different and has a little bit different layout are our geography journals. So I already talked about spelling, so that's already a little bit different as well. But our geography journals are a journal format. So that's the only thing where if you are getting an actual curriculum like our Bible curriculum, you don't even technically have to print this if you don't want. You can open up the PDF on your phone or on your computer, and it is basically a teacher guide. Now, if you get the companion journal, obviously you are going to want to print this. You can make as many copies as you need for your household with the one file. But the geography journals are a journal, so those will also need printed out. And it will have spaces for kids to fill out information about either the country you're learning about or the state you're learning about, depending on which one you get. But then it still has some rabbit trail suggestions. It still has some book suggestions and video suggestions, just a little bit different layout for you. So that gives you an idea of what you would absolutely have to print and what you may not choose to print. But most people choose to print it just because it is so pretty. It is full color and has lots of amazing pictures of the books and all of that. So lots of people do choose to print it just because it's pretty. So I think that's everything I wanted to cover about Rabbit Trails. Let me see really quick. I don't see any questions on here, but if you guys have questions for me, put them down in the comments and I will absolutely answer them for you. It is a very sweet literature-based curriculum, and I just want to get as many books as possible into as many kids' hands as possible. So we just have lots of great book suggestions, and we just want kids to have fun. We want them to not even realize they're doing school, to not even realize that they are learning, and we just want you guys to have a sweet time because you should enjoy homeschooling your kids too. It shouldn't be a chore for you. It should be fun, and you'll probably learn right along with them. So that is it for today. Like I said, if you guys have any questions, put them down in the comments and I will be sure to answer them. But for now, I will say goodbye and I hope you guys have a great week.